Hello there, this is Rom Wills, and I'm coming back at you again with yet another video. Today, I'm going to talk about the consequences of focusing too much on looks and swag, part 2. Yeah, alright, so last video in part 1, I talked about like a real consequence of black women focusing too much on looks and swag, and that balancing it out. Because as I pointed out, the brothers that they complain about, who are going interracial and dating Becky and Mylene, are the same ones that they said didn't look that good or lack swag. So that was so that was dealing primarily with the non-select brothers. But see, there's a second consequence, a second major consequence to it. And it'll be apparent as I go, as I explain everything. Here's the thing. We talked about the non-select. In fact, most of my videos are focused on non-select brothers. But let's turn this around. What about the select brothers? The ones who are good looking, who have swag. And let's make it real juicy. Let's throw, they got some money in it anyway, because that's one of the things when you talk about the upper echelon brothers, the ones who have that thing that applies to, not just black women, but women, period. That thing that some people call an alpha male or an uber alpha male, or what my brother Obsidian calls masters of the universe. Shoot, yeah, they got all of that. And that's what women are going for. Here's the thing. 95% of the black women out there have zero chance with those men. Let me say that again. 95% of black women out there, American black women, have zero chance with those upper echelon men. I ain't saying this to be me. I'm going to explain why I say that. Now, one of the things I've never really talked about in any of my videos was the black male selection criteria. See, I've always talked about the female selection criteria, and I've talked about Mr. Goodbar, Masked Man, Gamesman, Nice Guys, all of that stuff. I've never talked about the male selection criteria, because trust me, we got one. Only difference with us is we're not as strict to it. We're men are more pragmatic. Now, whereas women are comparing men to each other, women are not so lucky. See, women, y'all, look, for the women listening, dude is not comparing you to that next woman. He really isn't. And he's subconsciously comparing you to an icon of a perfect woman. Now, here's the thing. Most men, they not as caught up into that. But every single man wants the best woman that he can possibly get, but will settle for what he can actually get. If y'all get what I'm saying. A man might want a dime, but if that adjustable 6 is the only woman feeling him, he'll find a way to be happy with her, as long as she gives him some peace. He'll even tell himself he wants her. Now, here's the thing with the upper echelon men. They're in a position to get better women. Because the more sexual market value a man has, and that includes his physical appearance, his social standing, his status, his swag, and how much money he making, the more he has, the better quality of woman he wants. When you get in that when a man gets up there, when he has the money, when he's arrived, that's when the black male selection criteria really kicks into gear, because he can go for that dime, or at least he feels he can. Now, if he has the physical attributes that most black women want, that if he's tall and then he got some charisma too, boom. Oh shoot, that's all he's going to want to deal with. Cause see, understand something. Just because a man has, there's a little fallacy out there that just because a man looks good or he has some swag, he can't like still hit the books. There's actually plenty of men like that. That was actually my peer group in the early '90s, late '80s and early '90s, and I still have a lot of friends from that era. And here's the thing, and I'm saying this from personal experience. Those men ain't fucking with anything less than a nine. When men reach that level, when they reach that upper pinnacle, when they know they got it going on and women are throwing themselves at them, the only women they're going to deal with, whether they are monogamous or promiscuous, they are only going to deal with the most attractive. You know, they will not deal with that woman who, she's real pleasant, she's cool and stuff, but she's a six. They ain't gonna deal with her. Even if they cool with her, they ain't gonna fuck with her. Because that black male selection criteria wants the finest woman, wants the dime. You know, shit, they looking at Beyonce or somebody like Beyonce, and the more they up there, they'll tell you that. Or they looking like somebody like Gabriel Union. I'm gonna be honest, somebody like Gabriel Union, that's the lowest many of these guys will go, and you know how fine she is. But other than that, no, they want the baddest woman possible. Like many black women complain about celebrities, getting these like exotic looking women. Hey, I never said y'all were wrong. I just said that's not the majority of black men. But see, we not right now. We're not talking about the majority of black men. We talking about that upper echelon. Yeah, they're gonna get the baddest woman possible, and in many cases, she is not gonna look like the average black woman. And it's like, and when I say that, they ain't gonna be fine. They ain't gonna be look like the average white woman either, or average Asian woman, or average Hispanic woman. They gonna be drop dead gorgeous. I had a friend of mine, very beautiful woman, Korean, who only messed with brothers. She only messed with brothers who were like flipping houses or were millionaires, had like $1 million businesses. She ain't fucking with no ordinary person. And that was just, what? And she was able to do that because they were checking for her. Her sex appeal was highly developed. They were checking for her. And that's the essence. See, and here that's the consequence. That's the consequence of it. And see, understand something. Ladies especially who are listening to this video. It don't matter about your education. Let me say that again. Your education don't mean shit to these motherfuckers. These upper echelon motherfuckers. They don't care. The master of the universe don't care how many degrees you got. Because he don't need your money. He don't need you to take care of him. He don't need your status. There ain't shit you can offer him. Ain't shit you can offer him but you like your feet dangling off the side of a bed. I'm not like my brother Obsidian. I kind of like sitting on my couch. But nah, that's all you can really offer. You gotta look good. See, at that level, and this is something that y'all know. Y'all know that dude's looking for a trophy. Cause many of them, and this is just some real talk. Many of them, they not looking for an equal. They looking for somebody pretty on their arm. It's like nothing you can bring him but beautiful female companionship. And he is going to trot you out like a trophy. That's why you will get some millionaires. You see somebody, like I was watching one of those like reality housewives shows, and they had a millionaire. That dude had married a bartender. He ain't give a fuck. That dude, this a white dude. Let's just be clear. This ain't just some black man thing. Cause let me be very clear about that. Cause really select men, the uber alphas in the white community, they pickier than anybody on the planet. Brothers might cut you a break. If your ass don't look like Barbie, they ain't fucking with you. And I'm gonna tell you what. But I ain't gonna get into what the white guys do. I'll let the swirlers find out the hard way. The brothers, when black women focusing so much on looks and swag and you throwing in the money, they actually getting their asses kicked twice. Because one, they skipping over the brothers who might be decent, maybe not look as good, but they decent, and the brother's building some stuff, and maybe the brother don't have like that same level of charisma. Okay, the sisters don't want him, and I got something to say about that in a few minutes. Yeah, they don't want him, but then they checking for that guy with looks and swag, and most of them don't get him. And the few who do get that guy, they usually relegated to a booty call, where that dude can do some deprived things to that woman's body. Basically, they're cum receptacle. I'm just gonna be raw with it. They a cum receptacle for these guys. If that guy even dip low enough to fuck with you, if he even has you in his circle. So black women are catching it two different ways. Now understand something. If a woman wants to really be up there, I ain't saying a black woman can't make it up there, but well, first, you can't have no weight on you. I remember, cause I don't do theory. I remember back in the late '80s, early '90s and stuff. I used to go to hotel parties, right? And these were the type of parties that you had to know somebody just to get an invite. They ain't advertised on some radio or anything. These were primarily black professionals. And when I say black professional, upper echelon black professional, like black elite black professionals, like the type who grew up in Jack and Jill and shit. And if y'all gotta know who Jack and Jill is, y'all look the shit up. Right. And I remember like one party I went to, and I brought a couple of friends of mine, female friends, right? And both the females, like to the average dude, were decent. One was probably a 6, one was probably I'd say a adjustable 7. As my brother O'Shea would say, and the master teacher of Black Gnostic speaks, as they would say, an adjustable 7, right? And I brought them, and they did not enjoy they did not enjoy themselves. In fact, they complained that all these black Barbies were there. And yeah, they were there because these brothers had it going on. And that's the thing. Here's the thing. A lot of black women are rejecting that guy who's really on their level, as far as looks, as far as money, even maybe a little bit above it, but so busy chasing the ideal man, that fantasy man, and then they get asked out there when they find out that man don't want them. Because the select brothers, shoot, they, like I said, they are picky, they are harsh, they are straight up harsh on women. It's like, you got a tattoo, kick to the curb. Your hair ain't just right, kick to the curb. Can see that track in your hair, kick to the curb. Shoes, you got a little bit of a gut, kick to the curb. Your breast droop just a little bit, kick to the curb. Your teeth ain't right, kick to the curb. These brothers they scared me sometimes. I was like, damn. But then when you see who they get with, you like, oh, okay. Like I said, lowest they probably get with. Nah, I'm gonna be generous. Maybe an 8, but trust me, they ain't walking around with some adjustable 7. I wouldn't even have that conversation. I wouldn't even insult them by having that conversation with the ones I know, and they'll tell you straight up, like once they get a woman, she bad as shit. But the reality is, and this is I'm saying this is no disrespect to the sisters, This is no disrespect to the sisters, man. I don't care what you think you are. You ain't on these brothers' radars. You can get mad about it, but if y'all mad about it, y'all feel some type of way about it, well, you know what? You know how these other non-select brothers feel. Now you know how that brother feel when he's rejected because instead of being like 6 feet, he's 5'9". Now you know how that brother feel, because he's rejected because he ain't had like the latest shoes or something. Now you know how the brothers feel. And see, you catch it two ways. And I'm gonna be honest. I think that's why the main reason why so many black women are either single or they dealing with some low life dude or some dude they don't want to be seen with, just just to have some dick up in them, just to have some contact. I think that's why a lot of women, even when they'll divorce their husbands or leave their boyfriends, they'll try to get back with them. And I'm gonna tell you what, that ain't a theory like what I just said. I wish I've actually lost count over the years of two types of women, right? Lost count. One, the number of women who have got dogged by that ideal dude, like just straight dogged, who will call me up. See, understand something. And I've said this several times, so this isn't new, but I'm just going to keep repeating it because I don't think people get it. When I first started in this, I started out with a pamphlet for women, and I was all my relationship stuff was catering to women. If if YouTube was in existence back in like the late '90s, I'd have been on there like a certain tall, muscular brother is now, with just telling y'all whatever. And like I said, and even to this day, a lot of women tell me some stuff that sometimes I'll be like, damn, you sharing that shit with me? But one of the things is I consistently hear they actually had a chance at that Mr. Ideal, and that dude. I mean, I've heard some stuff I've had women tell me they got pissed because the dude wouldn't even try to have sex with them, wouldn't have sex with them, or the dude would just tell them straight up that they fucked up. Like, look them dead in the eye and say, shit, you fat. I knew a dude who did that when I was upper echelon. He told a woman that shit. And she was like, he robbed me. He cried and stuff. I said, that dude like 6'3", muscular and shit. That motherfucker ain't fucking with anybody. Don't get bad. You should have been throwing yourself at him. I told her that too. If she ever hear this video, she know what I'm talking about. But they get dogged. I've lost count of it. And then I'm going to tell you the second type of women I've encountered a lot, and I've lost count of the number of times a woman has wished, hear what I'm saying, wished they gave some decent guy that was trying to get with them a second chance. They wish they had been friendly, or they wished it. Because I'm gonna tell you what happens. A lot of times a woman will see that guy and they'll say, oh, wait a minute, he done cleaned up well. Because that same guy, whatever he had, that guy get a little bit of money. All of a sudden, he can get better haircuts. He can get a personal trainer. He can get his suits tailor-made. He living in a better part of town. All of a sudden, he got more options. And all of a sudden, the woman thinking to herself, wait a minute, I could have got with that dude. And I've heard that a lot from women. Like, almost too much. I still hear it. I still hear it to this day. There was always that one guy that they should have gave more of a chance to. And they crying and shit. And it ain't even that they see this dude with some white woman or something. It's just that the dude just don't want them. I was like, I guess not. So I mean, that's the consequence. That's the consequence. You get asked out because you rejected one dude, and he just decided to move the fuck on, and the other dude just don't want you. That's the consequence. They just do not. And what you gonna tell these dudes? Oh, give that woman a chance. It's for what? He got this the dude who was rejected. Shoot, he ain't gonna try to get burned twice. And the select brother, he's like, shoot, I got this dime about to come over and suck my dick. I'm supposed to mess with this woman. Shoot, she looking about 20 pounds overweight. You don't have her edges right on her hair. Oh yeah, they'll get that deep. So, you're asked out. And see, here's the thing. Here's the bottom line. All because you focus on the wrong things. And part of the reason I'm even doing this because I have heard from so many women over the years. And see, I'm the tough love brother. I'm the tough love brother. I'm just gonna tell you, I ain't gonna be mean about it. I'm gonna try to soften it up a little bit, like giving you that castor oil, maybe give you some honey with it or something. But you gotta take that medicine. You gotta look in the mirror. The women gotta look in the mirror. When I'm saying you in this video, I'm saying the women gotta look in the mirror. These are the consequences. And don't think you run into the white guys. Don't think you run into white guys because they worse with that. They worse with chasing Barbie. Ask a bunch of white women. That's why so many white women are chasing brothers to begin with. Ask that question. Because they know the white guys, they worse. They are worse with that. Yeah, brothers give you some leeway. They like, please, you better look like Barbie. And I've seen ordinary dudes be like that. That's the thing. Brothers don't really get that, like, don't really get like that until they really get some money and, some status, and, they got their body and looks right and their clothes. Brothers will wait a while to get there. White guy be barely have a pot to piss in and be like that. So anyway, that's it. That's it. It's a consequence, and it's up to women to really change that. It's up to women. She's the one who decides what her criteria is. And all I said was, I ain't say discard looks or swag. I say balance that shit out. And if you balance that shit out, a lot of time what's going to happen is you'll see like the value in that guy who he might not have the same he might not have like the model looks. He might not be the coolest person at the party, but he'd be the one who, you know what, if you with him and you hear that sound in the house, that'll be the dude who's going to jump up. Somebody disrespect you on the street, that's going to be the dude that pops him. That's going to be the dude when, one of your family members is sick and you need a rock to support you, that's going to be the dude there. And that's what a lot of women are missing out on. You chasing the flash, but you missing the substance. And like I said, I'm telling you this, I'm going to be honest, this ain't even so much for the men. Like I said, women been telling me this for years, and after a while you just be like, damn. And you seeing how it's fucking up everything. It's like, just change it. Alright? Just change, just look, adjust it. Look. Just balance the shit out. You don't have to get with some just ugly. If the dude is just physically unappealing to you, okay. Fine. But a lot of times women are rejecting dudes who are decent looking. And in fact, even sometimes handsome. Well, I've had these same women say, you know what, that guy was handsome. That guy they passed over, he was handsome. But they just found some other like flaw with him. And the flaw is like usually minor. And then they get with that other dude when he dog him out, they be like, well, damn, I ain't see like the 15 red flags. So, anyway, that's it. I don't have anything else to say. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.